Hey everybody, welcome back to Leanns Corner. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I know I am. Before we get into this video, y'all already know the drill. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell, so that way whenever I upload my videos, you will be notified. Make sure you're thumbs up in this video, be active in those comments, and don't forget to share my videos with your family, friends, haters, innovators, and all those good people, okay? So today's video is going to be different. I'm not going to say it's different, but I have not done one of these videos in a long time, which is a TV review. The last TV review I've done was like years ago, and that's when I first started my YouTube channel. And that was like on the Love and Hip Hop series. I think I was doing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and New York. But this is scripted TV, okay? Well, you know, reality TV scripted, but this is like TV film production, studio, stuff like that. This what that is, okay? So today I'm going to be reviewing Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 1. And the name of this episode is More Things Change. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Okay, so let's do a little recap from last season. Okay, so last season was basically like any other season. You're getting introduced to the characters, the people that are important to them, the people that surround them, and all of that. So we met Kanan's mother. We already know Jukebox, which is his cousin. We met his Uncle Marvin, his Uncle Lou. We met Unique, which is played by Joey Badass. He's so fine to me. Omar Epps is actually a detective. I can never remember his name in this show, but I guess because we all know him so much as more so of Omar Epps than anybody or the dude that played in Love and Basketball. But anyway, we know that Omar Epps is Kanan's father, even though Rock used to be with, back in the day, was portrayed to be Kanan's father, and that's who Kanan believes to be his father. So y'all know that Rock is, who's Kanan's mother, is also like the queen pin of New York City, Jamaica Queens. And it's basically like just telling us like who Kanan was. Season 1 was just the introduction or whatever. Fast forward. If y'all haven't seen it, go back and watch the first season or whatever. But I'm finna spoil it for those of y'all who haven't. So we all know that Rock is the reason why Unique is in prison. We know that Kanan was the one who shot his father, which is the detective, Omar Epps. We know at the end of the season 1 that Rock had took Kanan to go stay with his people in Virginia. Now we're about to see where this story gonna take us. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the show starts off with Big Kanan narrating the show. Big Kanan is narrating and basically stating that where he from ain't no vacation. No matter where you go, the game is going to always find you. You see Rock come out there and, you know, she's reminiscing with Kanan a little bit, basically saying like she remember when she was his age and being on the beaches or whatever, and she had her little summer boyfriend, stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. Then she let him know like, it's time for us to go. Like, we got to go. Come on, baby. So then you see the detective, which is played by Omar Epps, who is Kanan's father. You see him in the hospital, you know, looking like he's about to get ready to be discharged. And the nurses, he's going off about this ring. And the nurse is like, sir, one of your family members must have picked it up. And he was like, I ain't got no family. He's like, I ain't leaving this hospital until I get my ring. So then you see his partner outside his room with the doctor, you know, filling us in about his medical history or whatever. Remember last season we found out that Kanan's father has cancer and he needs this bone marrow transplant, and that was the whole reason of him. I'm not gonna say that's the whole reason, but that is one of the main reasons why he wanted Rock to tell Kanan that he's his father, in hopes of Kanan wanting to do this bone marrow transplant. The doctor's just going over with his partner, you know, saying basically he has amnesia and he doesn't remember anything from the night that he was shot, which just filling his partner in. So then we move on to Kanan and his 2 cousins. They playing a video game or whatever, and they just like bickering back and forth. And one of the cousins is like, well, when I grow up and when I get somebody or whatever, I'm gonna move to New York City and I don't want to be in this slow ass town or whatever. It was like, well, actually, it's not even that bad here. I actually like it, and if it was up to me, I'd be staying here. And we all know why Kanan wants to stay, because it's like a breath of fresh air. So we see Rock and her sister downstairs talking about Kanan going to school here and how much Kanan loves it there. And you said you wanted to get him away from what was going on in New York City, so why not let him stay here a little bit longer? Rock's like, no, my son is going with me, period. End of discussion. Then her sister goes on to try to bring up something that happened like back when they were younger, and all of a sudden Kanan walks in. So then the aunt lets Kanan know to send Jukebox her love and that she's more than welcome to come down and visit as well. And y'all see what Rock, they be having Rock dressing. Rock be dressing. I like the little shirt with the little bra on the outside of the shirt. That shit cute. She is working her physique, baby. She has a nice body. Like, she really does. I like how they have her dressed. Like, they got her dressed like exactly how she acts. I'm that bitch. Then we get to Lou and Famous sister, and we move on to them. They're arguing about Famous career. Lou didn't market Famous single right, and that's why it was a big flop or whatever. And Lou was like, no, he said it was a flop just simply because it was a flop. He was like, when are you gonna stop being more so of his manager and more so of my girlfriend, because it seems like it's just a business all the time. She was like, I could be both, and he ain't trying to hear all that. They arguing back and forth, bickering. Then he scurs off and leaves. Fast forward, we move over to Lou. He pulls up to this stoplight, and there's a girl on the side of him, and she's in the car. She's jamming out, and he recognizes that the beat that she's singing over is his beat. So he's trying to get her attention, and she act like she can't hear, knowing damn well she could hear. She was just really feeling herself. I was like, she probably should have worked on that a little bit more as far as her acting skills go, because she could have really like played the part of like she really just couldn't hear him, but she still heard him. She heard him. The light turns green, they pull off or whatever. He pulls in front of her to get her to stop just so he can give her his business card. And my thing is, Lou, how you gonna try to offer somebody some type of studio time when you got your niece right there that sound a whole lot better than old girl? Why you gonna play Jukebox like that? I don't like that. Why isn't Jukebox in the studio? Huh? Why isn't Jukebox in the studio? I understand Marvin is your brother, but that's still your fucking niece. And Marvin ain't doing a good job as being a father right now. Yeah, it's your turn to step up as a father. Put our girl in the studio and quit playing with us. So moving on, we see Jukebox at a cemetery, and we notice that it is her late girlfriend's headstone that we see, and that's who grave site she is at. And she's holding this cassette tape in her hand, and it says, "It hurts so much." Last season, her girlfriend ended up getting a hold of some crack, and the crack was bad. The crack that she had got a hold to had came out of Jukebox's book bag, and I forgot what happened before that as to how Jukebox had got the bad crack, whatever. But it was Kanan's bad crack that Kanan had put out on the streets, and unfortunately Jukebox's girlfriend was the one who got a hold to the bad crack and ended up dying from it. She hasn't gotten over it. Don't think she'll ever get over it. That particular episode last season really hurt my soul. Like, I was in tears. Oh, that was a good episode. That was a really, really good episode. But then we see Rock and Kanan in the car, and Rock is telling Kanan that the detective is alive. He doesn't remember anything. You're okay. And Kanan is like, how the fuck you know he don't remember nothing? Like, why would you even come get me and try to bring me back if this man ain't even dead? Something can jog his memory and make him remember that it was me that actually shot him. Rock is like, I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. You my son. I love you, blah, blah, blah. Kanan just like, all right. I really hope Rock is gonna be there for her son like she say he is. Like, don't be having him out dangling like a little fish and then you pull him in at the last minute. Like, and why are you even sending him back there? Like, it just is nerve-wracking because it's so intense, and I'm so ready to see how Kanan got the way he got, but at the same time, I got a feeling that I'm going to be really pissed off at Rock. So then we see goddamn Marvin, y'all. Marvin is outside the courthouse, and he's talking to his lawyer, and his lawyer is just basically letting him know, like, you know, Tony skipped town, your girlfriend. And for those of y'all, remember Tony was the white girl, the club owner he was messing with. That's the same girl who Rock's She put her dog in the microwave. She popped that dog in the microwave like a Hot Pocket. It's not funny. It's not funny, but that shit was funny. I don't care. It was funny. So moving on, we see Detective and his partner. She's bringing him back to his home. When they get in the house, she noticed that there's a file with Kanan's name on it. So she offers him out to go eat or whatever, basically trying to see if he gonna give her something, tell her something, because also she's working on his case as well, trying to figure out who shot her partner. And the fact that it's been 3 months and they still have no suspect, they still have nobody, no person of interest, nothing. So then as she's questioning him about the night and trying to see if he's going to tell her something about that night and trying to see if he really does remember or not, he's playing on this amnesia thing. Like, this is his story and he's sticking to it. He's telling her, I almost died and I'm trying to change my life around. Like, this is going to be the new me. And I'm trying to move forward, trying to move past the shooting and all of that. So moving on, we see Kanan and his mama riding down to the projects, and you see the corner boys. They out on the corner and they're being searched by the police. That ain't where that no more. That ain't where that. We ain't doing no corners. We ain't out in the open no more. We're a little bit more discreet. So like, step y'all game up. So Kanan just over there in the passenger side. He's just over it. They get to the projects. And Roxy's showing him that, look, I got people on the roof. The police can't see us, but we could damn sure spot their ass from miles away. So as they enter the building to get on the elevator, these group of people are standing waiting on the elevator. So when they see Rock, they back out the way and let her and Kanan get on the elevator, and they not get in either. So Kanan's like, what's up with that? And she was like, I don't know, you got to ask them. So then they get upstairs, and you see all these dope fiends. And they look like zombies. They're so lifeless. Like, the lights are on, but ain't nobody home. So Kanan checking all this shit out, and he just is so in shock as to what he see. Like, you see all these people strung out on drugs in this apartment complex, and his mama is just walking along unbothered. So then they get in, and that goddamn Marvin's happy to see Kanan, and he's questioning him about the beach, asking him about did he ever go surfing, and Kanan looked at him like, no, you dumbass nigga. Like, Marvin's just like, you know, I'll be out there in Virginia, this Queens nigga showing these niggas how to surf, and he just pushing his leg back, and I'm like, Marvin, that's a skateboard, nigga, not a surfboard. So then Rock said to him, you don't even know how to swim. And he's like, why do I gotta know how to swim when I got a surfboard? And she like, shut up, Marvin. That damn Marvin will make you pop him in the back of his head like Junior used to get popped in the back of his head on My Wife and Kids. So then we see my man Unique. Okay, so now remember, the reason why Unique is locked up. I forgot that Kanan was the one that had on his jacket when he went to go shoot his daddy. I'm trying to make it seem as if Unique was the one that shot the cop. So then we got the bitch ass P.O. And he's all up in Unique face, you know, you guilty, you know you shot that cop or whatever. Unique was like, we all guilty of something. And left him at that. Moving on, we see Jukebox. It looks like she's in Kanan's room and she's taking some clothes out, and then she goes over to the closet and gets this shoebox. And inside this shoebox is a whole bunch of family photos or whatever. And she's going through the photos, and then she comes across this one photo of this lady holding a baby. On the back of the picture, it says Kenya and Laverne, 1975. And we all notice who the lady is in the picture. We know that's LaToya Luckett, bitch. She gonna keep her with a check. So moving on. We see Rox, Marvin, Scrap, and then Kanan and some more other people in the apartment. Rox is laying it down for them. She don't want nothing fucking up her business. So people are complaining about the pissy smell in the hallway. She said, okay, so we're going to mop twice a day. Whatever the people need, we're going to get it to them. Whether if they need help with their groceries, whether if the old people need their medicine, we're going to give it to them because we're trying to expand, but we need to expand and keep this shit under wraps. So that way it could keep the police from sniffing around. So she let Scrap know that she seen one of the boys on the corner getting shaped up by the police, and that's not a good look. Dead that shit. Did she let scrap? No. You gonna have to stop blowing on them dice. Like, you gonna have to stop gambling, cut that shit out, because that also brings in bad attention too as well. So like, all that negative shit that's going to possibly tear down my business, stop doing it. Cut it out. Whatever it is that we got to do to keep our faces from out there in them police face. So Lou walks in and she let him know, like, you sloppy ass, I don't give a fuck ass nigga, like, you constantly being late is now starting to become a problem. Moving on, we see Scrap. Looks like he's in the basement. And what did Rock just tell him not to fucking do? She told him to stop gambling. And he's in the basement doing exactly what she told him not to do, which is gambling. And all of a sudden, the police break in and he gets arrested. So, moving on, we see them, everybody, Marvin, Lou, Kanan, Jukebox, Rock, all at Rock House, getting prepared for dinner. Marvin's trying to talk to Jukebox, and Jukebox ain't trying to hear that shit. Because remember last season, he beat the fuck out of her. He beat her like she was just a nigga in the street. He beat her so bad. I was like, where the fuck was that when you and your brother was fighting? Because y'all was sliding all over the goddamn place. But one thing about Jukebox, she held her motherfucking own and she hit his ass back. I understand that's her dad and you ain't supposed to hit your parents, but the way he beat on her, yeah, she had to hit him back for self-defense. All because your daughter's gay. But remember, we in a different time frame. We like talking about the 80s. Jukebox ain't trying to hear it. Marvin's just trying to shoot his shot. Jukebox don't want to hear it. They're at the table and Rock was like, this is the first time that we've been here and we ain't been gathered around like this since you had been gone, and I'm not gonna let nobody sit in your chair. You know what I mean? And I love you, this, that, and the third, you know. Spin a little game. That's what I'm gonna call it. Rock be spitting some motherfucking game, because every time she open her mouth, it's some game. But I see why she got Symphony all fucked up in the head, not knowing which way to go, which way to turn. So moving on from that, we see Famous and his sister, they outside and they bickering back and forth because Famous wants to be famous. He wants that stack. He wants to get his music career off the ground. And his sister is saying, like, your music ain't shit. Like, I can't make nobody buy your shit, period. She was like, maybe if you lay off from smoking weed so much, maybe you could get those creative juices flowing like you used to. So then Famous ended up getting real disrespectful with his sister and was basically like, you fucking the manager ain't getting me nowhere. So I might as well go out and try to find me a manager on my own, because what you doing, it's not working for me. And I'm sitting there like, how could you say that to your sister? Like, Famous is starting to fall off compared to last season. He has fallen off bad. He reminds me of these people today, these so-called rappers today, who put out one song and then all you see them on for the next 5, 6, 10 years is on Instagram posting on their story of them smoking weed and all this money. And it's like, that's what Famous is giving me. He's giving me the artist of today. Is it me, or does it seem like a lot of these girls that are coming on Raising Kanan that are Puerto Rican or of some type of Latin or mixed descent, they giving me Angela Valdez, the way they look? I'm talking like facial features. Like the girl that was in the car that Lou had pulled over that was singing in the car, she reminds me of Angela Valdez. The detective's partner, she gives me Angela Valdez. And then Famous sister, she's giving me Angela Valdez. I don't know, they giving me that Angela Valdez face. Drop y'all comments down below. Y'all getting that vibe? So then you have Kanan and Jukebox. They outside, Juke smoking a cigarette because her father done made her nerves bad. She need a cigarette before she go in there and choke that nigga. So Kanan's like, when you started smoking cigarettes? And she was like, the world that stopped spinning because you had left. And he just sits down and talk to her about how he doesn't want to be a part of the family business, and him shooting the cop really fucked him up in the head. And when he was down there in Virginia, it was peaceful. Like, he was away from the street life and the drug life. And the only reason why he had wanted to get into the family business so he could protect his mother. And the only reason why he did shoot the cop is so that he could protect his mother. And is fucking with him right now, and he just don't want to be a part of that business at all. So Jukebox was like, you should tell your mother. And he's like, if I tell her, it might hurt her. I'm not ready for that. Then you got Loud Ass Famous that comes up. It's nighttime, nigga. Like, it's peaceful and quiet outside. The only thing we should be able to hear is police sirens riding by. And here you go with your loud ass mouth, high as fuck, coming into my motherfucking yard with all that loud ass talking. Like, if I was Kanan, I would have told him, look, either you gonna lower your voice and act like you got some sense, or you could just walk right up out this gate, because ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. So meanwhile, we got Detective Daddy Omar Epps. We got him across the street, spying on Kanan. He ain't even on the clock. You supposed to be at home in your bed, sleep, trying to get some rest. Got your feet kicked up, but yet you outside stalking your son, trying to see what you could get on him or whatever. And Kanan spotted that shit. He spotted that shit, and Kanan looked him dead in the eye as he was riding by. So moving on, we see Quincy and Famous Sister in the bed fucking. Now I kind of figured that was gonna be something that happened because, come on, they work together all the time. They're together more than Lou and she is. So it was only about a time that was gonna happen. Moving on from that, you have Rock talking to Kanan in his bedroom. And Rock, what we need to do, we need to get Kanan a new bed. We need to upgrade him to a full size, because one toss and that nigga gonna be on the floor. And we can't have it. Do you see how big Kanan is? That's a big ass boy, and it ain't just them clothes. That's grown man. He need a full size bed. He about to be in college soon. So they in there talking, and he just trying to express to her how he feel. Him shooting his detective daddy really fucked him up. And that's all he could really think about when he was in Virginia. So she apologized and basically was saying that she shouldn't have put him in that position, and she got him. Just reassuring him that she's always going to have his back regardless. Her beeper is just going off or whatever. And he's like, yo, just go ahead and take it. So she takes that. We see her end up meeting Omar Detective Daddy in the same spot that he was shot at. So we see Unique getting out. Big Kanan is narrating, and he's stating that the person that you went in, you need to be that same person when you get out, just harder. It goes off. That was the end of that. And that was good. I can't wait until episode 2. Like, that damn Marvin, man, he is too fucking funny. I can't wait, because now that Unique is out, I think Unique is going to come after Rock. I know he's going to come after her. And, okay, so me personally, I think Unique is going to kind of lay low next episode, if they even show him next episode. But I think he's going to lay low for a couple of days or for a little while he's out. And I think he's going to be scoping everything out, trying to see what's really going on. Because when you be quiet and you don't talk and you just watch, you tend to see more, you tend to hear more and stuff like that. So I think that's what type of shit Unique is going to be on this season. But when it gets to it, it's going to be pow. He going to bring the boom. He going to bring the bang. I can't wait to do more reviews. I'm going to keep doing these reviews, keep trying to be better at it. I kind of want to get like a green screen that I can put behind me, and then so that way whenever I'm talking about a certain character or a certain scene, you guys can see the scene in the background, or you can see the characters that I'm talking about, for those of you that are interested in watching it, but y'all are just trying to get the review to see if it's something that y'all want to watch or not. But anyway, y'all, drop y'all comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.